So the September and October months have really brought festive cheer after months of really gloom and doom into the markets, especially for the passenger vehicles. The sales have come at record levels. To talk about how the situation on ground, what does the rest of festive season look like, and more importantly, the addition of the new i20 into the portfolio, how will that impact Hyundai India? I'm being joined by Mr. Tarun Garg, who's the Director of Sales and Marketing, Hyundai. So thanks a lot for speaking to us. You have had a great month in September, October both. How has the festive season been like? And did you really expect this kind of buoyancy in the market?
Thank you, Utkarsh. Yes, as we have been informing last 3 months, in fact, every month has been better than the previous month, and that momentum has continued into the festival season of October as well. In fact, the Navratris this time were about 25% higher than last year, same period. October, of course, was a great month for the entire auto industry when we had a historic high sales, and for Hyundai also we had a historic high sales. So it seems that customers who had postponed their buying decision during the lockdown period, they have come back to buy personal safe mobility. And very clearly, there's a shift happening from shared mobility to personal mobility that is actually fueling the demand for passenger cars.
So, sir, the first half has been good, and as they say, if it ends well, all is well. It started anyhow well. How's the second half of the festive season looking like?
So, as you know, we have yesterday we have launched the all new i20. I think this is a car which is surely to bring in a lot of excitement in the market. And this is the fourth generation, i20 that we are launching, and the initial feedback is extremely good because what we have managed to do is not only change the styling of the car, but also the dimensions. There are various turbo options, diesel option. The engine, petrol engine, is also improved one, and it has a fuel efficiency which is 12% higher than the earlier one. So all in all, it's a great package with a lot of new exciting features, and we feel this will further bring in excitement amongst the customers. And the momentum seems to be very good. The first week of November bookings are very good, and I think clearly we are building for a strong performance in terms of Dhanteras and Diwali sales.
Can you give us a sense of the bookings right till now for the new i20?
So we have already received 10,000 bookings for the all new i20, and yesterday the vehicles have been displayed in the showroom, and the prices have been announced as well, and the test drives will start. So we feel that customers can actually go to the showroom and to any Hyundai showroom in the country, and they can do a test drive. They can book, and in fact, they can take deliveries also because we're very better prepared, and we have managed to dispatch close to 10,000 vehicles to the showrooms as well. So even the deliveries have started from yesterday itself.
It is very clear now that more or less the festive season will end in growth for the industry and for us as well. But any estimation of what kind of growth levels can we expect from this festive season? Why and why?
So, Utkarsh, actually, what this pandemic has taught us is that we should not try to really look too far ahead in the future. So, we take it month by month, and so far things have been good. Now, as we all know, yes, festival is now 1 week away, so we will know the numbers very soon. At the same time, there are so many positives, in case of a, say, announcement of a vaccine or this momentum which is happening, or say a very good marriage season post the festival. At the same time, there are some downside as well. We see that there is some kind of a second wave happening for corona, or even the economy as of now is not really has not really picked up so much. So we will have to see how all this pans out. Our internal study which Hyundai did during these times suggested that almost close to 1 million customers had postponed their purchase decision during March, April, May, June, and we feel that 80% of these customers would be buying the car, in the next 6 months. So we hope that this pent-up demand should continue, maybe till, say, March of this 2021.
So
After that, of course, it will depend on the overall economy and so many other factors, like I mentioned, per capita GDP, and the overall improvement in the other sectors as well. At the same time, as Hyundai, we are very confident about the long-term prospects of India. because the car penetration is still at a very, very low 26 or 27 per thousand. So we are continuously investing in new products and new technologies. If you see i20, I mean, in the last 2 years now, this is almost the ninth launch, in
Yeah.
2019 and 2020 put together from Hyundai. So we understand the customer, and we feel launching new products and new technologies is a very good way of really connecting with the customers and bringing and improving their sentiment as well.
Yeah, give me an interesting figure because till now everybody has been talking about only the festive season. But do you think that post the festive season as well, the pent up demand, the demand will continue?
So this is what I said. This is, of course, our internal study, which suggests that probably this pent-up demand should continue till March 21, more or
Ah,
less, February, March 21. Now, of course, this is just about the pent-up demand. We have to see the natural demand, how it goes, because one thing which is also happening is customers are also in a hurry to buy vehicles now. So it is very difficult because, a car they see as a very, very safe means of going from one place to other. They are still not very confident about the shared mobility. So which also means that some of the customers are also preponing their purchase decision. So it's very difficult to really segregate all this, but in our view, yes, this pent up demand should continue in some way till March 2021.
so you spoke about the shared mobility. Now, how much has that as an impact? Because you were present there as well. Many of our vehicles were very actively seen in the fleet side as well. How much of an impact that has been, and by when do you see that coming back, if it comes back soon?
So the impact is definitely huge, because of people are frankly not preferring shared mobility. And if I see, although frankly, the numbers, we don't know formally the numbers, but what we hear from the market is probably the sale of taxis has taken a hit of as much as 80%, say April to October this year versus last year. And this is very evident also because people are not really using the taxis. So the all the existing ones are also not being utilized. So obviously people have the operators have postponed their purchase decision. The second problem which is happening is the finance companies have also become slightly more cautious in terms of financing these taxi vehicles. So because of the uncertainty of the future income. So I think all those factors have really affected this market. At the same time, because of this people's preference shifting, the demand is coming to the personal mobility space, and that is where people are really coming to buy new cars.
How are the production lines working, sir? I'm sure it's a difficult time to really produce. There have been supply chain issues. Have all of them been sorted out? And I'm sure, are you guys working at 100% utilizations to really meet the demands?
So if you see Hyundai, yes, we were first of the blocks, once this unlock period started in India, and we knew that it was very important to really kickstart the production so that we could really contribute to the economy coming back. And I'm happy to report that both our plants are working on almost full capacity for the last couple of months. And we have really got some great support from our vendors because our supply chain teams have been in very, very close coordination with them. So, so far, so good. And I'm sure because considering this huge demand, everybody is really trying to push and do their best to meet this huge customer demand.
Sir, wanted to get a sense from you, any specific trend you have seen when it comes to segment? Because you have vehicles almost in every segment. You start with the Grand Item, and then you have a Venue, you go to Creta. Any specific trend we are seeing when it comes to segments, or it's the way it was earlier only?
So there are two clear trends which are emerging. One is, of course, this compact premium segment where the i20 has been launched. Very clearly, this segment has now become the biggest segment in the hatches, in the hatches. So earlier, this was, one of the smallest segments, but now the customer is evolving, and he's, like I said, he is wanting to really have the latest features in his car. He's wanting latest technology. So this segment has become the biggest, and now it contributes 26, 27% to the overall hatch segment, and it also constitutes 13% to the overall passenger vehicle segment. So that is one. Number two, of course, the SUVs, which used to contribute, in fact, 5 years back only about 8%. Now they are contributing 28%, even up from the last year level of 25%. So these are the two segments which are very clearly showing a positive trend even in 2020, the compact premium segment and the SUV segment.
Last question before I let you go, sir. Hyundai has been the definite number two from years now. It's been a long time that we are there, and that position has been cemented by us. When will we make that big leap now to challenge the competition, challenge the number one? Because if you look at everybody else, everybody feels that it's only Hyundai who can really challenge the likes of a Maruti Suzuki to take on that numero uno spot in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years. How are we really shaping up to that fight?
So look, Hyundai has always believed that we want to be in the consideration set of everybody in India who wants mobility. So this is what we've tried to do, and that is why you see, our various offerings, various choices to the customers. We have wanted to empower the customer. After BS6, in fact, petrol, diesel, turbo, CNG, across segments. Whether it is less than 4 meter SUV, more than 4 meter SUV, then in terms of automatics, five options. So that is very important. The second aspect is all our efforts are towards really centered around the customer. So what does the customer want? So we feel as long as we are really making efforts in that area, as long as we are able to give solutions which are relevant to the customers in the areas of say EVs, in the areas of even petrol, diesel, turbo, CNG, in terms of mobility, we have a subscription program. In terms of online sales, we have a end-to-end click to buy. In terms of giving the customer a great experience, we have a Hyundai Mobility membership. So the whole idea is really being a leader in really providing all the customer centric activities which are benefiting the customer. I think that is extremely important. And we strongly believe that as long as we do that, the volumes and the market share will take care of themselves.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for speaking to us, and I hope and I wish you a very happy festive season, very happy Diwali in advance.
Thank you, Utkarsh. A very, very happy Diwali to you and all your team members, and wish you all the very best. Thank you. It was
Thank
a
you, sir.
pleasure talking to
Thanks.
you.
Thanks a lot. Same here, sir.